Good morning, King George County Schools. It's Monday, November 7th, and welcome to this week's edition of Ask the Superintendent. I want to thank you guys for your questions, but before I jump in, I want to make you aware of a few announcements. Tomorrow is a teacher work day. Tomorrow is also election day, so our students will stay home tomorrow. Our teachers will work in the buildings and prepare for the rest of the semester. Wednesday is halfway through the second 9 weeks, so that is our point where we distribute interims again. On the elementary school level, that's paper copy interims, and on the middle and high school level, that is logging on to PowerSchool and checking your students' progress digitally. So please make sure to do that. We are rolling right into the end of the semester, so please make sure that you're staying on top of PowerSchool grades and things of that nature, because the end of the semester will be here before we know it. This Friday, the 11th, is Veterans Day. That will be a student and teacher holiday, so nobody will be in the buildings on this Friday, the 11th. We will come back after the holiday, the Veterans Day holiday, and have a full week of school, Monday through Friday of next week, before we release for the full week off for Thanksgiving. So what's important to notice here is that once we return from our Thanksgiving break, we have 3 weeks of instruction before the end of the semester. So please make sure you're staying on top of your grades, students, parents. Make sure you're logging into PowerSchool and having those conversations with your students at home about their progress in school thus far. We were almost halfway through the school year, so please make sure that everything's up to speed. So I got a question this week about technology standards, specifically typing on the elementary school level. So I reached out to our technology coordinator, Ms. Hillary Half here at the school board office, and she's talked to me a little bit about where we are with incorporating both computer science standards and digital learning integration standards in our elementary curriculum. We just received those from the state. You actually can log on to the VDOE standards webpage and you'll see 2 documents. One has to do with the digital learning integration standards and computer science standards. So as you guys know, our elementary school students now more so than ever are working on Chromebooks and working on computers. So we're making sure that they understand the anatomy of a computer and all of the peripheral parts. And then typing is certainly something that is important for students at that level now because of their access to computers. So those standards are getting ready to roll out. And again, we're trying to make sure that we incorporate those throughout our school day because of how important and integrated technology has become for our students. So I thank you guys for that question. I want to remind you guys that your questions are so very helpful to me and to our staff here. If you could continue to jump onto the King George County Schools webpage, go to the Superintendent section of that webpage, drop-down menu, there'll be an Ask the Superintendent link. If you click on that, then you can certainly go over and type in your question. And again, as I've said many times before, what this does is it allows us here in the school board office to focus on your needs. It drives us in the direction that you need to drive us in, that we need to drive in, and it's important for you and for us. So thank you so much for your questions. I hope they keep coming, and I hope everybody has a great week. Look forward to seeing you next week.